Hello, my darlings. Here we are again. I've got questions. I know you do too. Definitely, no matter what, we are always here. Everyone, I am Lady Zelda, and it is September 30th of 2025. Where did September go? And it is Tuesday afternoon. You know, I want to talk about Aiden and Karen, but especially I want to talk about those audios, those recordings. What is going on? Because it's obvious this is an upset. I'm reading on the bare table today because, well, I just sometimes need this grounding energy, this organic grounding energy. So we have Aiden and Karen here. We have them facing opposite each other. We're just going to go with it that way. House of Zelda, Tarot, Playing Card, Piotnik. I can tell you we'll get answers. Pardon me. So, okay, so we're going to get started. Pardon me. Oh boy, weather is changing around these parts. How is it for you? I've shuffled all of the card decks, pre-shuffled them before we came. So now, my darlings, I'm just going to get the feel of where we're supposed to be looking. Spirits, guides, angels, we are looking into. Justice is coming. That means an answer is coming. Something is going to be justified. We're going to look more into it. There is a plan. Contact is coming to you. Now, that doesn't mean to you or me. Contact is coming. Okay. Let me draw another card here. Okay. So there's a message coming. It will be poetic justice. One more card. It's time to look closer. I agree with that. On the bottom of the deck, this is serious. Yes, it is. Oh, I hit that. I'm sorry. Yes, it is serious. Somebody has sent these recordings. If this audio has been manipulated, that is extremely serious. We're going to put the kitty over here. I'm sure we're going to need some consulting there for a minute. Let me lay out some cards. Then we're going to get the whole story. But I can tell you, I'm going to move this a little bit. I need a wider angle. I need a bigger table. The problems of today, right? The problems of today. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And there's a card in there that fell out. And look at this. Sometimes that happens. When I'm reading cards together, it will mean a particular thing. And that certainly does. Let me draw some more cards. That's Aiden's significator card. He is a Capricorn. And that is the significator card for all Capricorns. So we're going to be nice and respectful, okay? Okay, on the bottom of the deck. So, my darlings, what this is telling me is certainly this is a heartbreaking situation, but Aiden's side of the fence is going to tear this down. It's going to get to the bottom of things. Yes, there's been some sleepless nights. Yes, there's been some concern. But he is able to walk away toward another direction, because you see, there was a plan to release this, to do this. Do you not, my darling internet to-be sleuthies, do you not think this is suspicious? Well, when we're getting ready to see the Aiden cases, and they're wanting Karen's phones to see if there's something there, but they've already had them, and they want to see if there's witness intimidation and all these things, and they're holding on very tightly to this narrative that Karen was still involved with John O'Keefe. Any which way, any angle that someone can take to hurt either Aiden or Karen, that is evil. Seeing all of this come out, people being at each other's throats, and I think we just need to take a breath, because regardless of how you feel about either one of them, Karen or Aiden or both, this isn't right. This should have been handled quickly and immediately without making these things public. Who is behind this? That's what I want to know, because I'm going to tell you something. There's a financial, there is a financial incentive behind this. But I can also tell you that both Karen and Aiden will be okay. Now let's see. Let's get some more of these Piotnik. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Aiden, Turtleboy, in some regard, feels like he's alone in this. Now, from that perspective, I can understand why. But he's very there's fortune around him, and I'm not talking about money and gifts and material. I'm talking about fortune, as in he's going to be okay. He's going to be okay. He knows what it is to have enemies around. And see, there's that message. He knows, and so does Karen. Okay. So there's a visit. At the bottom, there's unexpected joy. You're going to see this resolve, and I can tell you this. I do not think, let me get these cards out, and then I'm really going to give you my opinion. Because justice is coming. The end of this, which this card has a duality, the end of this situation between Karen and Aiden, there's a woman behind this. Another woman. It's not Karen. Why do I want to say that Jennifer McCabe has something indirectly to do with this? Maybe 3 or 4, maybe even 5 layers deep. That is a significator card for that person. But it also can be another woman as well. You see, because there's a partnership. So people have come together for this. Yesterday we saw a man behind the woman. That definitely still can be. But I believe that there is a coming together, a partnership that is involved with this to sync. First of all, the enemy knows that Aiden's cases are teetering on the fence line. The Commonwealth literally has no cases. They're going to have to start recusing They're going to have to start dropping these. They're on the hunt for someone that will prosecute Aiden, but look at the time that this takes. And if you're not hired as a special prosecutor, making $400 per hour, don't you have better cases to prosecute when you look at this? Because this is seriously so domestic, in my opinion, as well as criminal, in my opinion. This is a can of worms. But they also know that when this is dropped, Aiden is not going to sit back. This card, the main Joker, the one that is colored in, the one that has the flames around it, basically means some serious secrets, some serious hidden things. And let's not forget that Karen is also involved. Many people are wanting to hurt Karen. That's this card, and that is Karen. She is a water sign. This is an air sign. This hurt that would cause Karen and Aiden is based on the past. Now we know that. But they also know that the past affects the present. And it is very fulfilling to some of these people to just cause so much havoc. And I can tell you when this person is found out. When this person, because this person will be found out, I'm going to say it's not many hours until that happens. Oh, there will definitely be a parting of the ways. And if you think we're seeing messages from these other people that are involved with Aiden's case on Twitter, on wherever the case, now I don't live on Twitter. I post a few things. I try to keep to myself personally. But this is heartbreaking. But this person, when brought forward, oh, it won't be good. And if you hear snoring, Bilbo and Riley are laying together right here. Just drop off the end of the table and they are sleeping on a big pillow. Right beside. Sometimes you just need Joe Mama, right? That's so it is. But this is going to turn in, I'm kind of giggling here because this mess with this person who started this is going to turn into, you know how I always say, an enemy's enemy is an enemy's friend. And there's going to be a third-party interference. There's going to be problems. Fingers are going to be pointed at each other. And these two will be able to know that once again, they have survived another little ritual caused by somebody that is a bottom dweller. Sorry. This person, this male energy will be involved. And has been suspicious of this situation, knowing that there is a plan, knowing that justice is coming, and especially knowing that it's time to look closer. If you don't think that things are been looked at behind the scenes, the justice that is coming will definitely be poetic. Now, there's going to be some decisions to be made. We are now officially in the autumn-fall time of the year. That's this. It's a timing card, but it also means around the home, around family. But this is a card of suspicions. This 8 of Hearts. Suspicious. And at this point, I don't know Aiden. I don't know Karen. I've never had contact. I think Aiden read a chat, maybe two of mine in the past, and it, I think, was last year. It wasn't even this year. So he probably knows of me, but doesn't know me. But I would suggest, and he knows this, to be suspicious of everyone. Everything, everyone. It's a retaliation. And he's gonna, there's some decisions that are gonna have to be made. And this person right here, why do I want to say that that's one of his lawyers? Why do I want to say that's Tim Bradle? We're going to leave that open because I'm not sure. But what I will tell you is this. The decisions that are going to be made, this person needs to back off and needs to just stop. But they continue in the long run to do favors for not only Aiden, but indirectly for Karen by causing so much havoc. You see, this Joker, you see how this one is not as intense as this one. These are the big secrets. These are some things that are just maybe little on the scale, but this one is the big intense. Hidden things, lies, being covered up and put on fire. Cards of people around, but there's the younger male that I think is behind this person. So yes, we will be okay. This was going to be brought out this past summer, but they were waiting. And so it definitely had to do with timing. This is a card of timing. Definitely had to do with some timing. You know, when you think about this, how evil, petty, I can't find words that can describe someone who wants to just live to hurt. I'm at a loss. And I see it happening. I just am at a loss. Grow up. Walk away from this. If you have a beef, you know, silence is golden, but duct tape is silver. And that means keep shut. Just stop. But they're certainly not going to listen to me. This is going to be an investment of not only time, pardon me, but money. And this lump sum keeps showing up. And I'm going to say I think there was indirectly a money-related incentive for this to be happening, is what it looks like. Amazing. Amazing. That was confirmation there. Suspicions, but also sacrifice. And in the sacrifice comes domination. Let's put out a few more cards. It's definitely a gamble, my darling, but I'm going to say this. With the gamble, and I'm not talking about casino, I'm talking about situation. And I'm talking with Karen and Aiden. This will ultimately be in a win and a big total fat loss for this one. You know, I wonder, this is a card of bored. I just wonder, are these people so bored? Do they not have jobs? Do they not have anything else to do? I don't know. There's so much. I've never encountered any of that before. But there's definite, now, as far as Aiden is concerned, there's going to be some type of delay, and it's going to be welcomed. So I do believe that is his court. It's documents, it's letters, it's all of those things coming about. That is the prosecution. Because it ties in with that, that's where this is going. That is, I think, Cosgrove, and that is the death of the case, not of any one person. Let's get that clear. I don't predict that. But it's the end. It's an abrupt end. It's an end. They're going to try to delay this, I think, with coming up with another prosecutor. I don't think they can, but this is the desperation coming from the Commonwealth. I'm not a lawyer, so however they would want to do that. But there's a delay in documents, a delay in many other things. If they do come up with someone, there's going to be a turning point. So this right here tells me the ending, the end. And this is a winter time, by the way. So I'm going to say by winter, this should be over for Aiden. It should legally be over. I don't give legal advice, but I will tell you, and those two women that were backed and involved with this one over here will be definitely on the hot seat. And so will this, not this one, but this younger man that is behind this one right here. All of them have a financial incentive. There it is too. There's many people behind this. Some you won't even hear about, but they're feeling this difficulty in getting their point across. They don't feel like they're being heard. They feel like that they've been swept under the carpet and ignored. This here is a big fat no. The difficulty of pushing to this point of days, months, years, and then you have a nothing burger. And that's pretty much where I think this is going. Some depression. Let's lay out a couple more cards. So many people involved. So many hurt feelings. It's unfortunate. But I think with Karen here, the isolation, I agree with that. Stay behind the scenes. Don't say anything. Don't stir the pot. Because there is a concern. She's on probation. Aiden is on bail. And these character actors, bad actors, want to do everything they possibly can to get bail revoked and to get probation revoked. Now, I don't see that happening with Karen. I don't see it happening with Aiden either. But this is a legal partnership. They're not together with Karen or Aiden. Let's get that straight. But it's basically the same of knowing what is happening. And frankly, they both know what they're worth. This comes from just nothing but jealousy. Pettiness, jealousy, green with envy, and feeling like they're so misunderstood that they're not being heard. This came about from a whim, but the great thing is with this, even through some doubt. Now, I don't see Aiden ever doubting anything. I think he's careful. And same with Karen. But there's going to be a brand new beginning, and all it's going to do, this is only going to help Aiden and Karen. I'm just going to tell you this. But the one thing about Aiden and Karen, they both know what they're worth. They both know exactly what they're worth. Let's get a final card from the House of Zelda. It's all about timing, and that is absolutely correct. And oh boy, a detective in law enforcement. Here's a little hint. Keep an eye out. Let's get, because I'm not accusing anybody. Let's get a word from So you know what that is for me? Oh, look, this card comes up again. You know what this is? I don't want anybody to think, oh my gosh, it's falling apart. It's not. This is the current situation. And you know what? You see this band of yellow here? That's the sun coming up. And the swords are air elements. They're communication. So you can see where Aiden and Karen both feel like they're being metaphorically speaking, stabbed in the back. You can see that. But what this says is it's temporary because the sun's coming up. A new day is coming up. And everything will be right as rain. It's all about timing. Keep watch. Keep watch. This is going to get very interesting, my darlings. The month of October is going to seem like it's just going to spiral. So hang in there, my darlings. All is well. I'm loving this because I don't like to see anyone hurt. No one deserves to be hurt. Let's move on. Because you know why? Not only justice is coming, but it'll definitely be poetic. That's all I've got for now, my darlings. Please do me a favor, like, subscribe. I love having you here. And I will see you and talk with you very, very soon. Bye for now.